What's the Buck household like with two young kids?
It's hectic. The math is not in my favor any way you cut it up. I'm about to turn 51. They're about to turn 2. I guess there are crazier stories out there. I know there are crazier stories out there, but 2 feels like not years. I mean, 2 kids feels like there's 4 of them running around, and it takes my wife and me really running out of all of our energy by about 7 o'clock at night, just corralling these 2. They're fun. They're funny. It's exciting to watch them grow. But it's a lot in a confined area. Thank God the weather's turned here in the Midwest so we can get outside and do walks and swing and do whatever. But it's a test of our patience. But again, I mean, we're lucky to this point that nobody inside this house has come down with this.
You've mentioned you have 2 older daughters, so you've done the young kid fatherhood thing once, but you're now older. And also first-time boys. How much different this go around having young kids?
It feels a lot like the first time. I mean, I could tell you that, from all the older dads that got into it late in life or did it again, I hear a lot of stories of, man, I just enjoyed it so much more the second time around. And I don't totally feel that way because I feel like I really enjoyed the hell out of it the first time around. And my life and my job really lends itself toward a lot of family time. I mean, people see me when I'm gone and they know that on the weekends I'm doing a game somewhere, or October it's crazy or whatever it may be. But when I'm home, I'm not a 9 to 5 guy. I'm not out of the door at 7 o'clock in the morning and back at 7 at night. I'm here. So I always have had a lot of time with my kids. And I don't regret the way I did it the first time around. And I'm doing it kind of the same way this time around, just as an older guy. So it feels very similar. And to see those 4 people interact, my girls and then now my little boys, is easily the most gratifying, heartwarming, uplifting experience in my life. And so to that, it's been amazing that this has all transpired the way it has.
And we just did an episode taping with Tony Romo, and he kind of points out people don't recognize this, but a large portion of why he decided to get into broadcasting as opposed to continuing in football were the hours and the opportunity that gives him to be with his young kids as they're growing up.
Yeah, and let's be honest, for him to hit balls on a golf range. But yeah, for Tony, yeah, he found that out. He and I talked a long time one night down in Mexico when he was being heavily pursued by the Cleveland Browns. And he knew he was done with Dallas. He was out, and the Browns were trying to bring him back in. And I was torn as I talked to him. I said, they're willing to really overpay you to come play quarterback. You're probably not going to make that kind of money as a broadcaster. Now here we are, a handful of years later, and I couldn't have been more wrong. But I think obviously it's better on the body talking about it than getting hit by a linebacker coming through the middle on a blitz. But it is a great life, and I've been doing it my entire life, and I just don't see me doing anything else anytime soon, and I've enjoyed literally every second of it.